Howdy all. Early. That's weird for me. Hope everyone was good. You've caught me kind of mid data collection because it's that kind of week. Very busy. Just make sure you can hear me. Get on the chat, make sure you can hear me. For the people that are arriving, because I'm early to the party. So as you can see from the mess that's behind me, I am trying to do many different things at the same time. So just getting an understanding of what's going on. Everything's green, good. So I hope everyone is good. I think I've got some chat starting already. Chat is working. Ken says, hey from Canada. Hello, Ken, hope you're well. How's the temperature in Canada at the moment? It's gonna be cold, it is gonna be cold. Right, so let's see if I can't make that any smaller. Wonderful, okay, doesn't matter. Right, so I've still got all the information up there. I'm now gonna flick you over, hopefully, to the other camera because I wanna continue data set collecting. So just do me a favor and just let me know if you can hear me okay, because sometimes when I flick over camera, the sound goes wacko. So I've got my chat on this side rather than that screen. It's just, yeah, hear you fine. Wonderful. Adam, hope you're well. Who have we got? We've got Relentless One. Hello from Southwest or Ohio. Hello, freezing, says Ken. Pete says, good evening. David, good afternoon. Hope the knee is getting better every day. And David, welcome. Welcome to Bronze Member. Email me, we'll sort out the username and password for the website access. There you go. Riglado. Sorry, apologise. I'm terrible for absolutely, completely, and utterly killing everybody's name in my pronunciation, but apologies. And Carl, hello, howdy, and howdy. Right, as you can see, I've got my protective wristband on. It's not for like my sweaty brow or anything else like that. It's because I have a tendency when I do lots of shots to rub my skin with the amount of shots that I hit. So it's protecting my poorly wrist. Thank you for addressing that matter. No worries, I will. Yes, so email me, j@askgolfnut.com or just askgolfnut@gmail.com. Either or, doesn't matter. Or just pop on Discord. Discord's the best idea. If you go on Discord, link is probably in the description, or possibly Andy or Niels, whoever's about, will pop it in the chat. And then connect on there, because Discord is a much better interactive way of communicating than YouTube ever is. Right, so at the moment, you've caught me in the middle. I haven't changed the data set. I need to change the data set. I don't think I have anyway. I am doing the data set. It is Sunday, I know, and it's Sunday at 7 o'clock at night. No, I have changed the data set, that's good. Yeah, this YouTube idea. What was the, is it the New York, was it the city that never sleeps? Yep, I must be that city then as a human being, because that's, at the moment, with silly season being the way it is, that's how I feel. So, right, let's go and give this one a hit. I just want to make sure if you are saying something in the chat, that it is not, well, it is coming through and it's not just paused or anything. So continue to put some bits and pieces in the chat. If I know it's stopped for whatever reason, I will then flick over and hopefully get it back into life. Right, 90 miles an hour now. The reason why, so I'll give you a little bit of an insight as to what I do, knee dependent. We'll see how it's going. I've done the 70 and 80 miles an hour test. I've got the Pro 245 in my hands. This is going to be for an upcoming video that I'm going to do against the JPX 925 Forged, which is there. There you go. See, lovely golf club. There you go. And I'm going to put it up against the 245. Yeah. Now, I'm just worried for a second that. Oh no, it is. Keep going. Thank you very much, Carl, for sticking something in there, because I was getting panicky for a second that chat had frozen. But Carl says, as the late great philosopher Warren Zevon, you said, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, that's a good point. Yeah. I hope not to wait that long. But there you go. Right, so the whole idea, this is going to be the 90 mile an hour data set. It's going to be for the faster swing speed. This is also the one where I'm capturing the information for the miss hits as well. I've got the data on the right hand side for the information for the 925 Forge, which I've already done, and the whole idea is to hit data sets with the same lofted golf club. Remember, this is 30 degrees. When I do this different tests, depending on obviously what the difference in loft between them, if it's within a couple of degrees, I can funk delivery to match them, but yeah, a bit more difficult when there's say 4 degrees of loft difference between two golf clubs. Right, let's go give us a hit. So keep on chatting. This might be a bit of a boring live stream because I've got work to do. And so this is more now so an insight as to what happens my end. Right, this is 90 miles an hour. So I've done 70 and I've done 80, and I've also done some sitting down getting this ready. So we'll see how I am off the bat. Right. Splay that left foot out, try and protect the knee. What have I got to try and ascertain? I've got to try and get to compare against 90.5 club head speed, angle of attack 1.3 down, 28 degrees of loft. David says, any mention of the soles differences and who they fit better would be appreciated. What, as in these? Well, okay, yeah, soles are an interesting conversation. We've had that one before, and yeah, I don't prescribe to the whole idea of no, we'll get into that one because there is a certain part of it that works and a certain bit that doesn't. Right, let's see if we can go for a shallow attack angle and a decent amount of loft. Slightly heavy. 89.3, so I need to dial up a fraction more, but that'll be all right. And the information to come up on that screen, don't really care too much. Just want to try and get some shots on there. And then what we'll do is we'll just delete the ones that don't work, and then we'll get an average data set and we'll see which one works better. Probably not on camera today, but we'll see. What are we now? 89.5 as I warm up. You're probably not getting to see the, that's the middle line. We can see that, I guess. Ryan's in the house, hello. Where does your speed come from? Geez, comes from this man mount, no, it's not. It's, you can train speed. You can train speed. That's only, what, 90 miles an hour, 89.5. I'm warming up. I need another mile an hour. Absolutely I do. 89.7. Well, this is a gradual, 893, 895, 897. 0.1 delivery. So very, very close to middle. I've got it on average on my screen in front of me, which you can't see. So on the black screen, clubhead screen that you guys see when I hit a shot and I pop it up on screen, you can have that set to last or set to average. For these data sets, I set it to average. So all the shots I'm hitting, I can see a running average of how well I'm getting on as compared to what I need to aim for. So at the moment, I need to dial some speed up because I can't remember what I was, 89.5 or something or other. Keep an eye on the loft, keep an eye on the angle attack. Within reason, we want to keep obviously face and path very, very similar as well for the physical review. When it comes to the heat map and doing all the technical stuff behind it, all the calculations and stuff, that's done, that can account for slight differences in face angles and stuff. That's not an issue at all. Relentless One says, I really enjoy how thorough your reviews are, but I will ask you respectfully not to constantly remind us, mere mortals, how the club you are reviewing isn't for you because you hit buttery smooth blades. Well, the only reason I say that is because people want to know. I've had as many people ask, what do you play? What do you play? Well, when you're saying, what do you play? I can't win either way. If I don't say anything, I'm wrong. And if I do say something, this is the world of YouTube anyway. So you're never going to please everybody. But it's trying to put a certain amount in. And then, like when I've done the PXG one I've literally just done, the mini driver, no mention of blades on that one. Obviously it's a wood, but you kind of get the idea. Unfortunately, I'm going to be damned if I do and damned if I don't on many different things that I either say or not. Still love your work. Still love you guys watching. Adam says, Jay spent 5 years in the mountains with monks learning power, speed and accuracy. Yeah, what was it? I can't remember now. It reminds me, it was Arrow. That's what it was. interesting American, what was it? I can't remember, it was like, it's not science fiction, it was kind of like fantasy, thrillery kind of, yeah. DC Comics or whatever the brand was, doesn't matter. Right, anyway, back to what I should be doing. 90 miles an hour, 90.5 miles an hour, that's what I need. 28 degrees aloft and 1.3 down. Splare that foot out, that knee, because I'm still protecting that. That's left. Not the greatest in the world. Oh, it's absolutely fine, but still not the greatest in the world. Slightly overclosed face, 90.8. There we go. The speed is going up. DC Comics, thanks very much, Carl. Appreciate that. 89.8 miles an hour. Yes, there we go. So 1.1 down, 28.5 is the average. 1.3 down, 28.1. That's what I need to try and get to. Slight overcorrection for the previous shot, but not bad at all. It's not far from that centre line. You'd take that all day long. Slightly toey shot, 0.1, 0.1. I can see on quad, just slightly toey, that's all. That's why I just twisted it out going to the right. But again, that's pretty good because that will go towards the heat map generation at the end. All of these shots. So on a 70 and 80 mile an hour data set, I'll hit a load, 20, 15, however many. And then try and get it as close to the previous data set as I can. I'll basically just take ones out so I can make it effectively like for like, so I can actually choose all the numbers that I want. Not from a point of view of ball data, but clubhead data. I'm looking at the clubhead data, which is that bottom lot, and I'm comparing one against the other. I will select, take away the mishits and stuff like that, and so we can get an, as best as possible, clubhead data-wise, as good as we can do. And then that information gets stored, and then obviously stuck onto Photoshop, make the graphics you can see on the screen and stuff like that. So we always match by clubhead, not ball, because you can't really do ball, because you can match all you want on ball, then go to clubhead data, and then the whole idea, the clubhead data is supposed to match, not the ball. If the ball matches, then great. If the ball's different, then also great, because you're trying to see the difference. The whole idea is you do it via club, and so at the moment, I'm not too far off. Mix and Mash says, hi Jay, love all your hard work. Thank you very much, because it is a lot of hard work. It's not work, really. I get to hit golf balls and stuff, but it does take your toll on the old body, I must admit. Ryan says, had Andy done a what's in the bag, or does he forever lurk in the shadows? Yeah, Andy's a shadow lurker, but he has done, I'm pretty certain he's done a what's in the bag on Discord. And so I can distinctly remember there being 2 drivers in his bag, probably not at the same time, but there you go. We've got Reglod, apologies. Say a 95 mile an hour 7-iron. What should be the expected driver? 95, possibly around about 115. Yeah, you're like, I'm getting my thing back. Yeah, 115. It's not going to be too far away from that. RTB is right, 115 miles an hour. I'm 91, 92 miles an hour, fully warmed up with my 7-iron, and I hit driver around about sort of the 110-ish, dependent. And so if you're going to be up in that by about that, you're looking at about 115, yeah, give or take. To get to about 120, your 7-iron needs to be around about sort of 98, 99-ish. But Mix and Mash says, I recently switched from the Ping Eye 230, very good golf clubs, to a blended set of Bettinardi irons. Curious if you have hit the Bettinardi irons and what your thoughts may have. No, I haven't actually. So you can give me more input on what they're like more than I can. Right, let's go get another one. I've got to catch loads more information. So I'll continue hitting these and let you chat away, and I'll look at your questions as I go. Slightly toey, not bad whatsoever, 91.5. Is it going to hit the middle line? No, it's not. You can see all the other balls. It's only because I've got all the other windows up at the moment. My poor old PC is doing everything. It's doing well. Good delivery. What am I up to now? 90.3. So 90.5 on the club head speed down the bottom there, so it's not too bad whatsoever. Thank you, love your channel. Well, thank you very much. I do too, but it is mine, so I can't really, that's being a bit biased. That's the only thing I'm allowed to be biased about. Right, so how has this week been for you for content-wise, it's been a busy week for me. Because it's been the Mizuno one. Obviously, we're talking about the 2 irons, the JPX 925 forged, the S3, which is over here. The wedges, which are also over here. The driver, which is a bit of a sneaky one, but it is true. The whole idea, everyone was wanting to know what's going on with Mizuno driver-wise, 2025. There was some conjecture over what is coming, and there has been talk of the 2026 driver, because there has been little leaks about what technology is going to be in it, and of course I just wanted to nip things in the bud. I also want to nip one thing on the bud, because one comment did, was it 1 or 2? I don't know. I answered back, I engaged on one. Basically, they were saying, well, the reason why they're cutting all the prices of the Mizuno drivers is because they must have loads of them overstocked and stuff like that. Now, I am privy to a certain bit of information when it comes to certain manufacturers, etc. And if the individual who wrote that would have known what I know, then he wouldn't have wrote it. So I know how much they've effectively ordered and when they ordered the ST230 Max for 2025. And if they had massive amounts of overstocks, one, they wouldn't need to order any at all because they've got massive overstocks. And if they were going to order any, they won't be ordering until 2025 to see them out for the 2026 driver. No, they ordered a bucket load of these new heads, well, old heads, but obviously new heads, back in just after it was the back end of summer. There you go. And that was to facilitate the restocking of what they already had, got rid of as such through 2024 sales, and obviously keep on going. So nothing to do with that. But there you go. Right, let's go get what we up to now. What do I say? 90.3, don't I? And we are 90.5 down there. Go give it another hit. That's right. Wowzers right. 1.8 down, 27 degrees aloft. So, well, I want to say wowzers right. How right is that? 11. I'm not going to see, am I, because of the fact that it's on average. It's about 11 yards. So bad for me, double digits. When I'm hitting 7-iron, I carry that about 174. I'm looking for a miss, definitely within the single digits. I don't like, so you're talking 5, 6, 7.5%. I'll take a 7.5%, but a 7.5% on a 170 yard would be around about the 12 or so, 11 yards or whatever it would be. And I wouldn't. I like to see a single digit miss. Do you see yourself switching to the S3 irons from the 241s? No, being honest, they are good, they are lovely, but then so are 241s. And I prefer the looks of the 241s. They are simpler, they are more boring. These ones look nice, don't get me wrong, but there are a bit more going on with them compared to just a bladed set of 241s. They work exactly the same within a very small margin, guys, and they feel exactly the same. It's just looks, aesthetics, and I've played the 241s now for a little while, so I won't have to get used to another set of irons which are effectively identical within reason. But let's go give it another go, splay that foot out. Bottom of the face, slightly low, absolutely fine, mind, as you can see. But I do that, I have this reaction to certain things. I don't like mishitting, but it's fine. That's finished, 2 yards away from target, absolutely fine. I didn't get to see what the information on there was. 91 I just see on the screen there, so I don't see what the average one. But I mean, we'll go to the other screen a little bit and then I can do my bits and pieces in front of that camera. Still have a chat with you guys and do all the stuff behind the scenes, which, well, live rather than behind the scenes, which I normally do. But Yaboa, yeah, said, I've got tennis elbow quite bad. Can that affect how I release a club? Yes, it can. Any part of your anatomy which does not work how you want it to because of an injury or anything else like that, it doesn't even have to be an injury. It can be a fact that you've actually had an injury, you're healed, but your brain is still protecting it. Absolutely, it will change how you deliver. It will protect certain parts of your body. Yeah, to a point where sometimes the opposite side you can hurt the opposite side of your body because you're protecting it so much. Your body will effectively compensate for things. But yeah, hope you get better soon. Right, splay that foot out again, see if we can protect the knee. That was toey. That was toey. 90 miles an hour. About 8 yards offline or so. Single digit miss. It's absolutely fine. I just didn't like it. Go again. We are getting 90.5, so I need to go a little bit faster because we're not at 90.5 yet. There's the adjustment for it. It's the other way round. That's about 6 yards or so, 7 yards right. What are we at? 91.2. That will get the average up. Off the average, 90.4, 27.3, 28. So I need to add a little bit more loft. Club head delivery is good, so I just need more loft more than anything else. More loft, and that is about it. We're near enough there. Oh dear, getting old to do this. Only 1.5. Delivery's good. Don't want to go too fast. 90.5 now, 27.2. So we're about 0.9 of a degree off. I like to try and keep it to about half a degree on a comparison if I can. At the end of the day, I'm a human, I'm not a robot. I can only but try. Oh, hang on, we've skipped through. Yubaba says, is there an easier way to swing maybe? Unfortunately not, because your body is used to, without knowing your swing, obviously when I say that, it's difficult for me, because I haven't seen you swing, but effectively your swing that you've got used to is the simplest way that your body knows how to swing. Is there a simpler way? Yes. Can it be taught? Yes, but it's like you learning a new swing. Best thing to do, unfortunately, would be to heel, if you can, because that makes the biggest difference to everything. What we got? We've got M. Gertens, oh my goodness, apologies. I'm terrible. Are Mizuno releasing new woods for 2025? No. They are releasing 2026. They've got a new line coming in 2026. The woods they've got going this year are the STG, that's staying in the range. I think that's going to be a 4-year life cycle. Hopefully it will. Dumping all those millions on development on something which hardly sell anything, because they're a very, very small percentage of the golfers in the world that will potentially fit into. Then when you've got the ST Max, the ST 230 Max, the Z, Z and the X is gone. That was a 2-year life cycle always, and that is gone now. And the Max was introduced last year, so it's still halfway through its life cycle. And for 2025, they have decided, Mizuno decided to run the ST Max line at a ridiculous price, £299 or $299, which technically is about £270, but yeah, don't worry about the conversion rate. Really good, and they're also doing it with the fairway woods and also hybrids, so they're slashing the cost of everything. The reason why they're doing that is because Mizuno want to try and get the product into golfers' hands. They know full well that they need to try and get market share. They've tried many different ways. Primarily, they've tried to incentivize the accounts, the fitters, the people that buy into obviously Mizuno for custom fitting, all these retail outlets, etc. They've basically sort of said to them in the past, look, we'll give you really good terms. You buy in for, you sell it for this, well, you buy it in for this, you'll make more money. So we'll discount it on our end to you, so you can try and put it in golfers' hands, because if the golfer buys it, it means you'll get more money. That didn't work, because you're still fighting against the classic marketing machine of effectively tailor-made. And Callaway, and as soon as from a fitter's point of view, I don't agree with it, but from a fitting point of view on a sales idea, don't fight with your client. If your client wants this and wants that, if you go against their wants, then instantly there is a negative put onto that. I always would do, because all I cared about when I was custom fitting and coaching full time was purely what's best for you. I didn't make any money from you deciding to buy it or not. So for me, the only thing that bothered me more than anything else was making sure you got the right thing. So now they're doing it a different way. They are just discounting the price to the consumer. So the price has gone from 400 and whatever pound, where it is, down to now 299. And so it is now the cheapest, by far, premium, very easily custom fittable option out there I know of. Right, what we got? I need hitting more shots. Sorry, Jay, but I think I missed what iron you were hitting. Pro 245 at the moment. I've done the data set down there for the JPX 925 Forge. This one is for a video which is coming soon. Just that I'm so busy, I just need to use every opportunity I can. So we're getting a bit of a hitting session live stream. Ryan says, could the Mizuno shaft optimizer be used to get the data points needed for the self-fits, or should I just book somewhere time on quad? Second. You can, but the DNA is not accurate enough to know exactly what you're doing. It's just, I won't bore you, but effectively it is not a measuring tool from exactly what you are. It's referencing a scale of where you are, but we don't know exactly where those pinpoint measurements are. So quad, definitely. RTB says, Mash, you should check out Athletic Motion Golf. They measure with 3D, pretty cool stuff. They do. Anything with 3D is brilliant. Dave says, hello from USA. What driver would you choose from Mizuno 230, QI10, QI35 or Ping G430? Haven't hit the actual QI35. That was going to be coming this week, but it's been pushed because I've really got to do the Ping stuff. So out of that, whatever fits best. With me, it really wouldn't make that much difference. I would personally go for the 10K, the G430 10K. Fits into my swing a bit better. But I play the 230 Max because it's just so forgiving. And when I'm having an off day, why would you give it up? They're all as good as each other, guys. Honestly, they're all as good as each other. You just need to get custom fit and then find whatever the custom fit one is, as in the case if they all work the same, all custom fit, job done. Whichever's the cheapest after that. At the moment, it's going to be the 230 Max, definitely. Tanman says, will you compare the 5-iron in 345, 945 versus the new 245 and the well, I have blades in higher irons but need some help in the 5-6 area, 245. So, Tanman, what I do, rather than having to test every single golf club on the planet, basically on the website www.askgolfnut.com, we have advanced data where we can actually see the launch factor of these irons. You can compare the launch factor of different golf clubs and see which one launches the golf ball better for the loft that's delivered. So let's just imagine every single golf club was bent to 30 degrees, and then we're effectively measuring how well it launches for that 30 degrees. So all golf clubs are different, and so if you're looking for a higher launching, longer iron, you choose the club set with the higher launch factor. They are available to, if you go on the website www.askgolfnut.com, you can register on there and then also go to my account and you can do the same subscription bits and pieces on there that you can do on YouTube memberships. YouTube memberships are dying soon-ish because I want to migrate everybody over to the website. M. Gertz and yeah, thanks for a great and clean up. Well, thanks for the answer on that one. Not necessarily thanks for how I just absolutely wrecked your name. Apologies for that one. Name with Johnson. Sup, dudes. Sup, dudes. How you doing? Right, I'll give you another hit. I need to like keep hitting rather than stop, chat. But this is the whole idea of live stream, I guess. Right, give it a hit. Splay that left knee again. God, dear me, I'm glad when I don't have to do that. Oh, that's really low on the face. Great delivery, really low on the face. Yeah, 0-0. Well, 1.5 across, but 0 face, 0.0. What am I now? Need more loft, don't I? Yes, I need more loft. Remember, more loft, Jay. More loft, Jay. Bit better. So I'm just going to basically hit shots. I know the pattern, what I need to do. I need to display more loft so I can compare it directly with that down the bottom there, and then I'll just effectively go to the other computer, pick out the ones that I want, and then marry it all together. Oh, that's a poor mishit. I'm trying to display more loft and just basically mishit it. 2.5 from the inside, 2 degrees open as well. That's why it's gone right. I'm displaying more loft, but I'm not displaying it enough. And I want to go a bit more. What have I got now? Can I get more details on a one plane swing? MJ, late to the stream. never apologise. How do you like the 241s compared to the previous generation? Oh, I prefer the MP20 on the fact of what it looks like, because it's shiny and chrome. Anyone knows me? I love my chrome. 241s just aren't shiny enough, but they're fine. It's just, I do like the chrome. How do I get more information on one plane swing? It's an interesting one, because not many coaches now really teach the one plane swing, where, being honest, I prefer the one plane swing. Less to go wrong, less moving parts. There's a reason why a robot is one plane. You don't see a robot have a two plane idea. It's that old classic, you go up to the top and then you drop it in the slot. Well, one plane, you never have to worry about dropping it in the slot because it's already in the slot, technically. But there you go. I teach both. Well, when I used to teach full time, absolutely. I teach, well, I do some coaching now here and there. It's got to work with a schedule, which is tricky. But I will do both, depending on obviously what the golfer wants. I personally prefer, for me, a one, but it doesn't change how I teach. All right, let's do some more. Do some more, do some more, do some more. And we also got to be hitting some mishits as well, purposeful mishits, because I've got to get the data for the mishits, correct the heat map, all that lot. So I'll be hitting some shots out the heel and stuff to try and get a little bit more of that data set going. Yep, the problem is, and I have noticed this, obviously I'm not a robot, whenever I try and purposely mishit something, I'm pretty good at being able to control the differences in face to path and stuff, but I will have a tendency to have it like face slightly closed. It's fine. What's that? I don't know how far that offline that was. Probably what, how far was that? That's an interesting one. Have a little look. Where's my little mouse? There's my little mouse. 11.9 yards. So it's not bad at all. 11.9 yards. Go again. See if we can get some mishit data. Yeah, lovely. Nice low on the face. All the balls, look, all collective around a certain area. That's the great thing with GS Pro, it's quite fun. The GS Pro actually, rather than taking them once you hit a shot and the balls basically just disappearing from the graphics, they stay there. And so when you hit one, right, you can actually see, oh yeah, it's collecting all the golf balls there. All right, go again. Oh, Healy, lovely. Yeah, some balls over there as well. So, and that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just now, so within reason, I've captured all the information that I need for the 90 mile an hour test, the one that's down the bottom there. So I can pick and choose the ones that I want to make sure that it matches up, and then just see what the ball data is. This now, what I'm doing now, this is capturing more so the mishits. Whack it all over the face. Still trying to deliver somewhat normal, excuse me, YouTube when it pops, but hit it some weird and wonderful parts. Capture how good it is. I have been known, especially when I'm trying to do the heel ones, to catch one or two from the hosel. This is the thing, when you're trying to push it, you can get the odd occasional hosel rocket. Oh, that's so left. I was trying to heel that. Yep, heeled it. But just delivered a face 2.5 degrees shut to a path 0.4 across. Started left, going left. That will be deleted. That's a great one. Nice, so 13, what was it, that last one? 13 millimeters heel. Yeah, that's fairly heely. I just want to do the exact same one again, but don't have my face 2.5 closed. Oh, caught that one heely but low. That's why we get in the cut. Didn't quite catch it where I wanted to do. I wanted to catch it heely, but not low as well. At the end of the day, that will go into the heat map anyway. The whole idea is trying to hit certain mishits, and if I hit them, great. But I'll also hit other mishits when I'm trying to purposely mishit a certain point. I know it's daft. You spend all the time trying to hit perfect shots. And then I find myself trying to purposely hit rubbish ones. Mix and matches. I'll be using the data collection excuse during my next round. Yeah, I'm just testing out all the face on this one, guys. Obviously, I paid for it, so I want to make sure I capture the performance of every part of it. Yeah, no, that's not necessarily... Hello, Stephen McPherson, who pops up here somewhere. Might actually, I don't know if it pops up on this one or it pops up on the other one, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Stephen McPherson, hello. Welcome. Thanks for watching my stuff and deciding to subscribe. All I need now is 75,000 more to do it, get to 100,000 and get myself a little play button. I've always wanted a little play button. There you go. And then by that time, you never know, Titleist might listen. Right, more Mishit time. See if we can catch it out the heel. Oh yeah, that's Healy. Good delivery though, that's why we can see the golf ball went fairly straight, as you can see. Fairly close to the middle line. And a Healy shot. That's what we want. That's the plan. But we'll push it. I want more. I want really, really Healy. If I can get one which is close to hitting the hosel, but not quite. Good delivery. Hosel, rocket, brilliant. Oh, that was Healy. Wasn't quite hosel rocket, but it was low as well. Slightly low. Okay, name withdrawn, $1.99. Thank you very, very kindly for your very kind donation. I always like it when anyone donates anything. It's always a very much so appreciated. So, one plane. Have you ever used the explainer? Have you ever used the explainer? It's one of those, it's basically a disc. So it's like you've got, it's like a big disc. You stand in it, it's a big hula hoop thing. And effectively you've got struts on the inside which you can actually change the tilt of the plane. And effectively, I mean, they're years old, donkeys years old they are. I can remember using it just for practice and stuff. But I was always a great fan of, the camera's offset slightly, so you are looking down the ball line, but this is offset, so it's probably that camera's not the greatest one to do it. But what you're looking for, if I can try and face the camera, is you're trying to get your setup, wherever your setup is, and again, I'm someone who bends over a bit more, stand a bit further away because I have quite active hips. Doesn't mean you will be the same. Anyone can be however they really want to and still have a one plane swing. So stand however you want to. And the whole idea is you get to a point of when you get to the camera, now the camera's too high, you'll still be able to see shaft. But what I'm saying is when you get to a point where you get to your first parallel, there should be no shaft there if the camera was lower. What I mean by that is you can see the top of the shaft, you can see shaft, you can see shaft. I'm looking for no shaft, so if I was looking in the mirror, I'm looking back, all I can see is grip and head. I can see shaft, 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 and shaft, kind of get the idea. You try and not see. And then after that, the whole idea is the golf club should run up the forearms. There should be none of that. There should be none of this. I'm exaggerating, but effectively that's what you want. You want to try and get to a point as if you had a, where are they? Oh, they're over there. Alignment stick. You grab hold of the alignment stick and effectively as you're going like this, the alignment stick is basically pointing back down to where you were. So you can end up starting to do this. And if you were looking in the mirror, it would look as though the golf club goes from shaft, no shaft, shaft on the same planes where it started. And yes, you will be rounded more. You will be having a more rounded swing. But from a point of moving parts, a lot less to go wrong. David says, yes, but the one I had didn't have the struts. Was a fan of Jim Hardy, but amazing on how he got attacked. Keyboard warriors love attacking people. Now I see others with the same thoughts, amazing. Yeah, I mean, I've always struggled with time. I've always struggled with not having enough time to work on my game. So early doors, I thought to myself, what am I doing? Let's just try and make golf as easy as I possibly can do, trying to worry about having two planes. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying if you've got a two-plane swing, you need to change. Not at all. You got a two-plane swing and it works for you, absolutely brilliant. Keep practicing, keep having lessons, keep doing all the things. It's brilliant, it's great. I feel that the one plane swing for me absolutely just simplifies the whole golf swing. None of this dropping in the slot, none of this getting up to a point here, getting your hands really high and up here and kind of like this and like doing all this, trying to get this gap here, only to drop it back in again and have this. No, I choose to try and keep my connection when the connection, if it's always there, this is the whole idea. I never understood the whole idea of trying to disconnect, try and get as much width as you can to disconnect, only to then come back in again and hit from here. Well, if that's the case, I might as well just hit from here anyway. But there you go. I'm not saying I'm right. Again, everyone's got an opinion. This is the thing with coaching, which is massively different to custom fitting. Coaching, if you get 10 coaches and give them the same student, you will get 10 different ways of doing it. Of course, all coaches want you to get to the end goal of whatever your handicap wants to be, sort of from an 18 handicap to a 10 or whatever it be. They all want to get you there. They just get you there different ways. Custom fitters, because custom fitting is a science, is not an opinion. It's like, so coaching is like if you want to get from A to B, you can go many different ways on the roads to get to A to B, but effectively like that. Custom fitting is a science. So if it's done correctly, measured, done properly, 10 fitters should get very, very close to exactly the same specification at the end of it. Any tips on fighting early extension? Next question would be, why? That's the next question, why? Slight fadey one. Still absolutely fine. That's like not even, that's 4.5, 5 yards off target. Absolutely fine. Oh, right. Because is early extension bad? Anyone that's in front of a computer screen, Google it. Put on Google now, PGA Tour players, early extension. And it will list off a few old school and still modern day people, modern day players, which early extend. Yet early extension is given this, I early extend to a certain extent. That's reason why I stand where I do, because it allows my hips to be active. If you are someone who has active hips, and you stand really close to it and stand on top of it, when you come down to, like, and you've got active hips, your hips are wider in this plane than they are in this plane. And so, because as you're going this way, I'll do it from, yeah, so as you go from like this way, unless your hips go backwards, they're going to get in the way. Your hands are not going to come down and hit you in the side butt cheek or in the hips. They'll park out the way. That's where you get the high handle delivery, and that's where the problem of early extension comes from. It's the high handle delivery and the toe being dug into the ground. Not necessarily, that goes back to the original question, I don't know how many times, about soles. Well, soles technically don't really make that much difference unless you're going to hit the ground first, which is obviously you don't want to, but then that only makes a difference if the entire contact patch is hitting the ground. If the toe's deep because your hands are high, because you're having to park out early extension idea, doesn't work at all. So what I do is, as you can see for mine, I give myself plenty of room that if I want to, my hips can go if I want, but they don't interrupt with my hands, and I can basically just deliver the same. So if early extension as a swing, mine is a swing characteristic because it doesn't affect what I do. If you do early extension and you end up compensating for it in so many different ways, either massively piping out your hands, and so you're talking about your toes so many degrees down and causing issues with your strike and other bits and pieces, you're compensating for it, and it is a swing fault. If it is just a part of your swing, no different to how you stand or no different to how you would grip it, there's no effect on the shot and it's repeatable, it's a swing characteristic, not a swing fault. Carl says pro golfers that early extend: Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Louis Oosthuizen, Tyrrell Hatton, Paul Casey as well, and yeah, absolutely right. Early extension in its raw capacity is not in any way a swing fault. It is a swing characteristic. It's only if you have to be compensating for it in many other factors that it becomes then a swing fault. Right, left knee. Oh my God. Yep. That was me trying to heal it. That would be definitely under the delete one. It does happen from time to time. Yep. This is why you should never purposely try and miss hit. But that's where we get the heat map stuff from. I've got to go through the pain of trying to miss hit. There's the obligatory other way. Because as soon as I've finished doing the heels, I can then just do some toes. So I'll just delete those two because they're no use to anyone, those two. And let's carry on with the heel. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Not as much as I wanted it, but it's good. It's good. Oh, I could do without hitting so many. It's fine. Pro tip for driver consistency. Okay, driver consistency is an interesting one because obviously it's two different swings. You have your 7-iron swing and ground interaction swing. So any club which swings with the club interacts with the ground is a ground interaction swing. And then a driver is different. No different to a 3-wood off a tee, it is still different. You're still hitting up potentially with a 3-wood. And with a driver, you are definitely hitting up, or you should do, so two completely different swings. You do need to practice a lot. If you can get your swing path and your face to path somewhat close-ish, doesn't have to be perfect, you do need to practice it. A lot of people will struggle because they go down the range and practice one or the other. Very difficult, because obviously there's two completely different swings, where people have got, very much so, they have got curtailed amount of practice time. This is the biggest issue with obviously people that got work and people that got family lives and stuff like that, trying to find room and time to be able to allocate space in their schedules to be able to go down the range or go wherever it'll be and practice their golf is difficult. So lessons, absolutely. There is no particular tip, because this is why I don't do coaching stuff, because what am I going to say? I will come up with cliche stuff and it's absolute rubbish, because you have to teach the individual. You cannot teach a group. Yes, there are broad things of saying that we need to try and hit up. So from a driver, yes, there's going to be certain things about how do you stand to it and how you try and keep your weight through the swing. Yeah, okay, you've got that. But from a consistency point of view, enabling you to be able to hit the middle, again, very difficult, with whatever swing dynamics you've got. No one, don't care how good you are at being a coach, no one can actually give you information on what you need, what you should or should not do based on never seeing your swing. Yeah. It's like me asking you, what's your biggest tip for me so I can drive a bit better? Not drive golf, in my car. You've got to help me a little bit on there. Go on, comment in there, or motorbike, because I can ride a motorbike as well. So give me, if I want to go quicker, you've got to give me a specific tool, specific tip for me personally, which is going to help me do a better job. You can't, because you need to see what I'm doing wrong. It's very difficult. But YouTube will have you allow that just weird and wonderful tips get put out there for clicks effectively, and they do get clicks. Golf Addict says, hello Jay, how the heck are you? From Cheers from Vulcan Canna. I'm not bad, I've still got a poorly knee. I'm trying to do this, not hurting it more. Right, let's go give it another go. A couple more out the heel and then I'll go toe. Oh, that's a lovely heel. Beautiful, thank you very much. Two more of them. Get a BMW M car. Yeah, BMW's all right. It's like, cars are like golf equipment. I like this, that person likes that. They all make great cars, they all do this and do that. It's just different, that's all it is. Right, let's go for, definitely make sure to steer with your knee while shifting gears and eating. I'm not saying a word. Cannot in any way. But right, let's see if I can get the shank in it nearly. Ooh, close. Need more near shanks. Look at all those balls that are literally dropping where this is dropping. Oh, that's so close to the shank. That was so bad. It's weird the fact that that's what I'm trying to do. It's so wrong, isn't it? Oh, that's so bad. Okay, I'm keeping that. That's enough. That's done all the heels. I've done enough heels now. Heel and low, hit some lows, that's good. Just go a couple of toes, and then we are good for the heat map most probably. Oh my wowzers. You're not going to see what the dot is on that one. That is... that was like there. That was off the dot nearly. Yeah. Very, very bad. That's probably 19 or 18 toe, 8 low. Yep. Great delivery. 0.5 from the inside and 0.2 closed. Like absolutely great from delivery point of view. Just very, very toey. Right, let's go again. Oh, that's a lovely another one. Pushing it now. 20. That felt like 20 mil and 6. Still don't know yet because it's still on the average. Come on, get off the average so I can have a look. 20 mil and 6. 20 mil and 6. 20 mil and 4. I could feel it. It was just a case of I was 2 mil out, which is not bad when you're talking 20 mil away from middle and 4 mil low. I thought it was 6 mil. Close enough. Right. Let's see if we can get one vertically good. Not quite. Go again. I mean, don't get me wrong, every single one of those you'd be fine with. They're hitting the green. I mean, there's very few that I've actually missed the green. There was a couple, obviously, that's gone wacko badly. But these are the ones that I'm purposely trying to just do rubbish shots. But hopefully this is giving you an insight as to what I do behind the scenes, trying to hit certain shots. Oh, that's wonderful. That's a wonderful delivery, but the perfect shot that was. That's got to be 23, 24, vertically very good. Like a perfect capture. Happy with that. Come on, what is it? It's so bad, but it's so good. 21 mil, 2 mil high. Yeah, that's good. 21 mil, that's good. So now I need a 13 or so mil, because I've got a couple which are 6, 7 or 8 mil toe. And so I just want to capture one now about sort of 13, 14 mil. That'll do enough for that. Oh, I didn't get it. Your channel motto should be the quest for consistent imperfection. Yes. Make sure, yeah. Right, let's go again. 13 mil, I want 13 mil toe. That's good, but it's too much toey. Slightly overclosed as well. Now, that one normally what I would do is I would have had to, the old school, I had to delete it. The new way with the heat map, the spreadsheet can account for the fact that my face was 1.6 degree closed. That was 13 mil toe, 1 mil low. So the chance that I will be able to use that one. So, yeah, possibly. I could possibly use that one. So just one more, just double check. Oh yeah, that was so bad. It's got to be best part of 17 mil. Just too much. I'm trying to go 13 mil. Vertically good, but what was that? 0.2 from the inside, 0.9 open. So decent delivery. How was that? 15 mil toe. Yeah, 15 mil toe. Oh, that's good. We'll take that. And so one more, and then we're good. Should be pretty darn decent. 0.7, 0.4. So 0, 0.7, 0.4, very, very small numbers in delivery, club path and face to path. Come on. scroll through. Next I want is next screen, 8mm toe, 0mm low, perfect, that'll do. Right, so there we go. I'll leave that there and then I'll swap, can take this off now. What we'll do is we'll go over to the other screen and then press the fade button. Hello, right. Right, and right. Whew, take the glove off. 83 shots. Well, this actually, believe it or not, is much better. Because beforehand, when I didn't have the heat maps and I had to match, I used to be hitting shots, excuse me, YouTube winner pops. I used to be hitting shots for ages, trying to capture the exact right shot. But I'm happy, it's good. I've only had to hit 83. Probably could got away with hitting a few less. Doesn't matter. So what I will do, first of all, as I'm here, I'll get rid of those weird and wacko ones. When I say the weirdo wacko ones, I'm talking the one, what was it, that finished 28 yards left. I was trying to heel it, got it, but also with a face which is massively shut. That's the problem with trying to, you get the odd sporadic one. So if you take those, there was 2 out. Yes, really, what was the biggest miss that I had of all those shots? I had one here, 15.5 yards finished right, one 14.6 yards finished right. After that, they were within reason, 114 left, within reason they're very, very close to single digit misses. They're within the 5 to 7.5%. So I would love to see a 5% miss. In reality, anything which is carrying in and around the 175 yard mark, I'm looking at, I mean, if single digit miss is great. But really, as a data set goes, considering all those weird and wonderful shots I was hitting, pretty good, pretty darn decent. I always check to see if I've got one 0-0 or very, very close to 0-0, so I can use that as the middle, but within a small amount, it doesn't matter. And then there we go. Right, let's move this over to here so I can actually read it. Evan's in the house. Jay, how much could you lower CG and increase launch angle on the PXG mini driver via the back weighting? So I move the actual weights. So initially when I was hitting the PXG Secret Weapon mini driver, I hit it with the weighting. You should review the new, Golf Addict says you should review the new PXG mini driver. Golf Addict, you are absolutely right. 3:30 this afternoon. Yes, so yeah, they come in, I think it's a 15 gram weights. I think they're 15 gram weights on the toe and the heel, and then the front and back weights are the 2.5 gram weights. They're like blanks as such. Now, I actually got on much, much better when I took the heavy weight out of the toe and I put the heavy weight on the at the back, and I took the back weight and I put it in the toe. So effectively I made it draw biased. Now that golf club is slightly draw biased anyway, and it just made it better for me, feeling wise, to be able to hit that golf club when it was draw biased. That'll be absolutely different to you guys. So that's a great thing with the fitting. They can not just change the weights positions in a fitting. Obviously they got a different amount of the weight. They can add, I think you can get up to 20 or so grams in those things, maybe 25, I can't remember. But you can get some serious weight in those things. So depending on what you need, it's a brilliant fitting tool. It's just brilliant. It really, really is. You can't complain in the slightest. It is really very, very good. Right. Right, I want to go and I'll see if I can show you this. Messing around hitting shots. Now, yeah, I'll see if I can show you this, because it is interesting for you guys to see the data set that I collect. It's live. I mean, obviously you just saw me hitting the shots. I have deleted the that one. Yeah, well, we won't mention that one. That was when I was trying to hit it out the heel. Did get out the heel, but also had my face wave to it as it went. So yeah, you purposely shouldn't be hitting shots like that, but I was. Right, let's see if I can add, if I can find a way of doing it. I might just have to add it in there. Window capture, there we go. And I'll call it window capture 3, why not? And let's see if I can get FSX in there. There you go, right. So hopefully you'll be able to see this. And there you go. So that's what I effectively do. I will be grabbing information. You can see there my clubhead speeds on the left-hand side there. You can see the efficiency moving around a lot when I hit some weird and wonderful parts of the face. Obviously, strikers over here, like 20 mil toe, 4 mil low, things like that. You've got my angle attack. You've got my club path there, and my face to path. Now, so you do get variances. I'm not a robot, and you can see my clubs move around. You can see there my variance is 1.5 open there, 1.6 closed, 1.4 open. Don't get me wrong, it is it is pretty decent considering I am trying to hit some weird and wonderful shots. You can see I'm moving around 4 mil heel, 18 toe, 20 toe, 8 low, 21 toe, a bit more toes there, but in between trying to get those intermediate toes, getting the heels in there as well, and getting some weird and wonderful ones. So yeah, that's the whole idea of what I do anyway. And then of course I will dump all of this into a, I'll get it off here so you don't have to see it. I can actually show my face rather than you just staring at the screen. Then we'll stick that into a file, comma separated value 5.csv, and then dump that straight into the heat map generator, and it comes up with a heat map and stuff like that. Well, you've got to do some other bits and pieces. You can see me there, you go. Right, what I'll do is I'll move this one over to here so you don't have to see me twice. That's no fun. And there you go. So I hope everyone enjoyed a certain insight into what I do. I'll put you over here so I can actually read this one. Evan says, time for me to buy a PXG weight kit, lol. GolfNut said, just purchased a TaylorMade burner mini driver, then PXG released theirs. We'll pick one up and compare them and keep the winner. Love this time of year. You've got too much stuff. But then again, your name's not Golf Addict for no reason. Right. Yeah, hands okay. I normally rub myself on there. That's why I have these things. I'll put these on here to stop myself, and it's just that as I'm going along, I will, yeah. But there you go. That's whenever you see me either in the reviews, obviously wearing things like that. That is because of protecting myself. I rubbed myself raw quite a few times in the past, doing stuff like that. Right, so we have been online for an hour. I just want everyone to, because I've still got loads of work to do. I've got tomorrow, the reason why I'm doing the live stream today, not tomorrow, is because this coming week is mental as normal, but I've really got to push on with the Ping reviews. So Ping G440, I'm really hoping that I can get, do all the data sets, do the filming tomorrow if I can do, and get the editing done ready for Tuesday. That's the iron video, and then fingers crossed I can actually get the data sets done and all the thing. What I'll probably do, I'll end up getting all the data sets done because I need to get that lot done first for all the woods, the drivers, the fairway woods and the hybrid, and then get them up as quick as I can do. I've then got the QI35 to do. Again, that's important. Need to do that. I've got the Wilson stuff that is sitting over there, which needs to be done. That's the back end of January, and I've got that's the woods, the drivers, etc. And then I've also got the iron, the Dynapower something or other. Is yeah. So it's then the Shricks and the Cobra. The Cobra should be coming through any time now. It's really no. Evan, no, not allowed to. There's an open all access. I could get my backside tanned. Hitting wise, interesting golf club. It looks massively different to that of the G430. The G440, its looks wise, its design is sleeker. It is more rounded. It is less jagged edgy, we'll call it, than the G430. The G430 and the weight positions had like little pieces of, well, I don't know, I suppose it's just the design of the titanium head. That what they have done is they are saying that they have made the hosel adapter work, well, it's slightly different anyway. There's some tech inside the hosel adapter. Well, not, I wouldn't say tech, they've removed mass from the hosel adapter, which allows that mass to be moved to a different part of the head. But effectively, when you move the adjustment on the head around, and so you make the face more loft and less loft, the fact that obviously it moves the face around, on the old G430, the head didn't sit, in their opinion, it didn't sit right. And so it didn't sit properly. And so what they've done is they've now reworked the design of the back of the head, so when the sole hits the ground with that adjustment on the hosel, it doesn't skew with the head. But no sneak peeks, unfortunately. There you go. Right. YTD, YouTube drink. Right, so have I missed anybody's question? Name and Drawn says, does more loft equal more forgiveness with drivers too? More loft will make it less susceptible to curve. So if you're going to deliver your face, let's say you're going to face your, deliver your face 2 degrees open to path. The more loft you have, the less curve you're going to get. Because there's going to be more backspin to less side spin. Even though there's no such thing as side spin, it's all backspin on the tilt axis, but there's going to be less tilt axis when there's, yeah, you can't get the idea. I did miss something from Carl. I've been wondering how much work your reviews entail. Now I know, wowzers. And this is just a fraction of it. This is obviously, I'm just doing like the data sets for this. After this, I've got to get all that data which you saw there. I've then got to put that onto Photoshop. I've got to create the graphics which you see, which means I've got to get all the headings and then move all the certain parts. And because obviously I've got reams and reams, I've got to scroll through data. And so I need to do that. And that takes quite a while, generating all the images from all the information of which I've already captured. That takes time. RTB, is there a new Strixon forged coming with the new ZXi? I'm not sure. That's a good point. That is, it is due for replacement, whether they do or not, because the Strixon forged, the blade, effectively, is not a massive seller. So there's no real point in changing it and putting all the money into changing, making a new design, making a new forging press mold as such for it to whack into. I don't necessarily think there is that much of a point to doing so. I haven't heard as yet, but as soon as I know, I will let everybody know. Tubezilla says, hello all. Hello, Tubezilla. Great name. Yeah, so there you go. That's... Now, so what I need to do after I've finished doing the live stream, I need to get that information and I need to sort through it. I need to, what I will do is disable all the shots that I've just hit, which are mishits, just leaving the data set that I did right at the very start, which was trying to basically match the data set which I've already done from the previous golf club. Bearing in mind, obviously, when you're talking about previous golf club, that is another lot of what I've just done, but for the previous golf club. So you can kind of get, it's not, singular reviews are hard work enough. Compares, because there's 2 golf clubs, 2 lots of data sets, 2 lots of, well, 2 lots of 3 different swing speed, you can't, it takes a lot. This is why people don't do it, because it's awfully difficult on your body. It's awfully hard to do editing wise. It is very difficult to do. It's just time consuming. It really is. It's just so much easier to go on the golf course and take a couple of golf clubs out and whack them and go, yeah, that's my favorite. That works best. Yeah, that's a definitive answer on the basis of no objective information whatsoever. So, yeah, I need to get all that done. So I don't believe I'll be on for much longer, guys, because I've got still too much to do. I have a mini driver currently tailor-made, but and I was reading that off my phone. That's a YouTube comment that's just literally just come through. I'll deal with comments and stuff probably at 3 o'clock in the morning when I wake up randomly. It's a brilliant time to catch up with doing all the comments. I try and reply to as many comments as I possibly can do. Mix and Match says, is it easier to hit a square now that you know how to miss hit? Okay, hit it square. Is it easier to hit it square now that you know how to miss hit? No. So every golfer, I don't know of any pro, when you're going through the ranks of going for your handicap, but then you get down to scratch, and I don't know of any pro who has got to the level they've got to miss hitting it all the time. I always learnt to hit the middle. Being able to hit different weird and wonderful parts of the face, and still within reason being able to keep my delivery relatively close. You can see there's a couple there. There's that one up there with my path went 2.1 from the inside. That was a miss from my delivery point of view. I mean, it could be me literally just aiming a couple of degrees to the right on that shot, because obviously quad is aligned to 0. And so, yes, on that one where you're looking at, where is it, 2.1? Where are we? There we go. 2.1, I could just been aiming on that one 2 degrees or 1 degree further right than the previous one, or 2 degrees to the next one. But you kind of get the idea, because face was basically 0. It was literally just that. So that could just been aim. So effectively, look, you can see in that data set, even if you took that one out, my furthest out to in is 0.5. And then my furthest in to out, 1.2, 1.3, 1.3. So I'm 1.8 degrees difference in my path in all of those shots. And that takes into account me being a human being and not swinging exactly the same every single time. I'm purposely trying to hit weird and wonderful strikes, as you can see. And I'm also trying to keep delivery decent. So it's not necessarily a thing. My face to path is pretty darn decent, really. It's 0.2, 0.7, 0.8, 0.5, 1.1, 0.9, 0.2. These are all very, very small numbers considering I am purposely trying to miss hit. But I can absolutely guarantee you guys, initially, I am trying, or I learnt trying to hit the middle. I have learnt since that, as time's gone on with YouTube, I've learnt to be able to swing relatively still 0-0 within being a human, trying to miss hit and also miss hit at the same time. It is a learned skill. It takes time. It takes as long to know how to do that than it does to learn how to hit middle. It is not easy. Anyone can hit weird, but generally speaking, when you purposely try and hit a weird and wonderful part of the face, people will change their delivery massively. It just picks up straight away. What we got here? Carl says, if I could consistently have a 2.1 degree path either in or out, I'd be thrilled. 2.1 degree, 0.0 to me. Tubezilla says, in your opinion, does any driver face for, e.g. twist face, actually help with left to right or target misses, or is forgiveness all? Okay, so yes, twist face works for some and not works for others, depending on how you deliver a face. This is the key. So if you're someone who delivers a toe hit with a closed face, we are not talking closed face by 5 degrees. We are talking, let's say you deliver a 0 path, the club head is coming 0 to target, yeah? Hits the golf ball 0, but you have a face which is closed, looking left for a right-handed golfer, and you hit it massively high toe. That will send the golf ball further out, because TaylorMade are saying that when it measures people's toe shots, they hit the toe shots not with a 0-0 delivery, 0 path, 0 face. Whenever they hit the toe, it's slightly closed. I don't necessarily disagree with that. It's just not everyone's the same, and so twist face works for some and doesn't work for others. And of course, in the heel, it's where the other way around. But it very much so comes from, does it work for you? You need to test it, because no one can say that our twist face is going to work for you brilliantly unless they know your delivery, unless they know your patterns of delivery and where you strike it as a pattern when you miss hit and how you deliver your face relative to those times. No one can tell you. You have to physically test yourself. Golf Addict turns around and says, cheers, Jay, be safe and be well. Got to go and do some golf club buying. This is my Christmas time of year. Take care, bud. David says, paralysis by analysis, the reliability of the vicinity is great in the reality of the vicinity. Wow, David, you are highbrow in it over past what I'm going to understand today. Hence why we need forgiveness. Mix and Mash, thank you for your help. Gotta go. Tubezilla, thanks. No, you're welcome. No problems whatsoever. Right, so I am going to potentially disappear if you guys are okay. I have got plenty of stuff I need to do, too much stuff I need to do. I've got to get all this data, which I've already done. I need to put it into all the graphics and stuff like that, because tomorrow I've got Ping G440 day. I've got a lot of filming to do, I've got a lot of hidden to do, and I've got a lot of editing to do. So the chances are, guys, if you are on Discord or ask questions on YouTube at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, I might still be up editing because I've got so much to do. Wow. Right, guys, I'd always said I'd rather be busy than bored, so I'm not complaining. My life is not bad, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it is. It's just really busy. And I can understand, I really understand why other YouTube reviewers never go into the amount of work that I do, because every single review just takes forever. There are some reviewers that can get a golf club in the morning and have a review out by mid-afternoon easily. No. If I get a golf club in the morning, obviously I like a nice sunny day so I can do all the 360-degree things of the golf club. But let's say it gets delivered first thing in the morning. I get it filmed first thing, so everything is done. Then I've got to hit it. I've got to put it through its 70, 80, 90 mile an hour test. I've then got to miss-hit it purposely out some weird and wonderful spots to get enough data to put it into the heat map and generate that. Then I've got to do all the filming. Oh no, before that, I can't do the filming. I've got to generate all the images for all the stuff which I've got to do after this. I've got to get all that and put that into the images folder for everything. Then I've got to do the review, so getting all the camera stuff done. And obviously we've got 2 different cameras. I have the 2 different feeds going into that, and obviously doing the editing for that. And then doing the numbers side as well, and doing all the filming and editing for that with all the graphics that go up on the screen. And that, it can easily take 2 days to do a single review. A compare, especially if I've got to re-hit data sets and stuff, can take 2.5 to 3 days dependent. There you go. But it's fun. It's fun. Right. Guys, thanks very much for watching. Unless anyone has got anything else they want to pop in there. Tubezilla says the effort you put in is what makes your channel stand out from the rest and why it should pay off with tons more subscribers in time. I'm hoping. All I can do is continue to do what I do. I honestly do. I'm near 26,000 now, which is not bad. Can't complain at all. Had a decent week with obviously all the Mizuno stuff. But the main thing for me is, yes, the whole idea. I'd love to have 1 million subscribers, etc. And you never know, one day it will be there. It's just more so for my, oh, Don. Hello, Don. Hope you're well. Sorry I missed you there. For me, it's more so that the fact that the information that I give is done on the basis of the reason why I started YouTube in the first place. Was to try and get the right information out to you, rather than just seeing 8, 9, 10 people a day. The maximum I could do when you're coaching custom fitting full time. The message that I'm trying to get can go out to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. That's the whole idea. Because I see too much poor information out there, and it's sales-driven information out there. And all I want to do is make sure that I give you the right information so you can make your own decision. I'm not telling you what you should or should not buy. I'm just giving you the information so you can make your own mind up. Right. Tubezilla says, everyone watching, give them a like. Absolutely. Go on, hit the like button. Although I must admit, on these live streams, it makes no difference anyway. I'm not necessarily looking for views because I've turned monetization off on these live streams. There's no real point anyway. I don't earn any money from live streams because of how YouTube decides it wants to prioritize live streams over long format video. But absolutely, on every single video that you watch, if you could like, I would be eternally grateful. Right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Appreciate it as always. And watch out. Hopefully, no video tomorrow because it's going to be lots of work for me tomorrow. But hopefully I'm trying to get, yeah, I've got a day and a half to get that LB G440 iron. I'll do the iron first. So I'll have a day and a half to do it. Let's see if I can get it done. Hence why I'm doing the live stream tonight rather than tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I am going to be working. So hope you're well, guys. Thanks very much for watching as always, and we'll catch you all again soon.